Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the challenge. Excited to walk you guys through the day 2 worksheet and also give you some tips and pointers on creating your one-liner, as some people call it, which is so ironic because when I first was creating my one-liner for this business, I hated it. Like, I thought if I had to do a one-liner again, I'm going to poke my eyes out. That's because I kind of had trouble in the beginning really niching down and picking my ideal client too. But I want to let you know that it's okay if this is kind of a dreaded experience, but it's totally necessary. So what I want you to do is go over these 5 core areas that I've identified for you that it's important for you to know so that you can be consistent as you're communicating to your clients. Now, not all these 5 factors need to be in your little statement that you end up telling, like when people ask what you do, you don't necessarily have to hit all these 5 points. I just need to know that you know these down in your core so that it can really affect all of your branding, all of your messaging, every time you send an email, every time you write a post, every time you put out a product, it's all consistent with this one core message. If you're kind of at the beginning of your business and you're kind of establishing this message or refreshing this message for the first time, I encourage you to set a deadline for yourself and stick with this message for a certain duration of time. In the beginning of my business, I didn't do very good at this. I would kind of pick one message and then I'd do it for a few weeks. And then if I felt like things weren't working, I would switch up my message. And it wasn't until I really committed to, I think the first thing I said was 90 days. Like, I'm going to stick to this one message for 90 days, no matter what. 90 days is not going to kill me, even though it sounded like forever. And then at the end of the 90 days, I will assess and decide if I want to shift my message or not. But until then, not wasting any energy towards thinking to yourself, should I change my message? Should I leave it the same? But really just committing to that block of time. I know I talk about that a lot, but it's so important because I think in order to properly assess if your message is working, you have to give it time to kind of percolate. So, we'll briefly go over these 5 areas. The first is what you are, what you do, what you call yourself, whether you're a coach or a mentor or a teacher or an accountant. Like, who are you? What is your title? And who do you help? Who's your target audience? Who's that specific target audience that you're going to talk to? How do you deliver your product? Is it do you write ebooks? Do you blog? Do you do coaching? Do you provide a service? Do you do a product? Like, do you create prints on Etsy? And then next is what you help your clients overcome. What specific, pain points or problem? Why are they hiring you? Because as humans, when we're looking to spend our money, we're doing it because we want to solve a problem and not just, remember, you're not just solving you're not, if you're editing, you're not just literally changing their words, but you're actually making them look more professional. So make sure you're getting to those bigger things that you help them solve too. A lot of times it boils down to helping people become happier, helping them make more money. But those are the things that really people want to invest in. And then so they can, that we kind of touched on that too, but the desired results, like what results are you helping them get? You want to be really clear on that and then create a little message for us. Maybe you want to include all of those pieces or some of those pieces. And it's so important that you're clear on your message because if you don't know what you do, your clients aren't going to know what you do. And the reason that's bad is because they're not going to know if they're for you or not. And remember too, the clearer and more niched you are, the better it is because people will always come to you outside of your niche, outside of your target audience, and you can help them if you want. Like, that's up to you. It's your business. But no one is going to be coming to you if you don't have a clear message, later on in your business, a clear offer. This is how you work with me. This is the amount it costs. And so you really need to that's your job as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, is to be really clear on what you do and how you can help people so that when people look at your webpage or whatever material, they can say right away, oh, this person can help me, or not for me, move on. And that's okay. Like, you want the people that aren't going to work with you to find someone that can help them. Okay, I wanted to talk about what to do when you're stuck between 2 different ideas on any of these 5 points. Maybe it's 2 different business ideas altogether, 2 different business ideas, or maybe you know what business you want to do, but you don't know what target audience you want to hit at. Maybe you don't know yeah, just, if you want to offer coaching or group coaching, or if you're stuck between two things in your messaging, this is what I want you to do. First I want you to try to make your best guess. If you can't, I want you to draft 2 different messages. I don't want you to kind of combine all your ideas into one giant message to where it's really vague and people are like, what do you do? But I want you to draft 2 separate messages with those 2 different ideas and make them both crystal clear on different ideas. For example, if you're like, I don't know if I want to serve, single moms, or if I want to serve, retired women. Like, those are 2 completely different groups. I know I pick kind of polar opposites, but I want you to draft 2 different clear statements. That way you can kind of get a look at them and decide. And then you can give yourself a certain amount of time and a deadline and make an informed decision on which one you want to lead with. Of course, if you picked retired women and a single mom comes to you, you can help her if you want. But you just have to make sure your messaging is primarily hitting one audience. Someone else posted the other day that they were trying to figure out, do I help people with fitness, or do I help people, like the practical fitness, like getting in shape, or the like mindset stuff behind that, like the mental blocks and hurdles. And I really think you can do both. It's just important that you lead with one. So I want you to kind of draft 2 messages and then pick one or the other. Like, I really do want you to pick one or the other to lead with for a certain amount of time. Okay, I'm going to stick with this audience. I'm going to stick with this messaging because it's completely different messaging for 60 days. And then I'm going to assess, and I'm just going to make as much, I'm going to put all my energy into action toward this message. Then in the 60 days, I'm going to analyze, how's that working? Do I want to make a shift? Do I want to leave it the same? But yes, it is best to lead with one core message. And if you can always have, things as side messages or background messages, and of course serve whoever comes to you if you feel like it. Okay, good luck, you guys. Know that I'm here to support you. This is a tough one, and be more clear. Make your end message shorter. Be more succinct than you even think you need to be. Good job, guys.